Hello everyone, so welcome back to Exam Decoded. So here in Career Designer 360, today we are going to decode Physics ICSE Physics Exam 2020. So you have your exam on 13th March, and so we are here with the exam pattern, topic wise weightage and so on. So let's start with the paper pattern. Your paper will be consisting of two sections. The first section will be of 40 marks, that is a compulsory one. You have to attempt each and every question from there. The second section will be a choice section where you have to attempt any 4 questions out of the 6 questions provided. So it's a fair chance, and you will be provided with 15 minutes of reading time. Now the first tip for your exam is choose to use the timing, that 15 minutes reading time, wisely. Now in this 15 minutes you have to go through the paper and choose which out of 6, which 4 questions you are going to attend in section B. See how many answers you know perfectly, which one will fetch you a better score, and which one to not to choose over what. So coming to the topic wise weightage, so we have designed and analyzed all the papers till date. So we have analyzed 2017, 18 and 2019 paper, and the different topics came for different weightage. Let's see. So firstly, force, work, power and energy. For 2017 it came for 21 marks, 2018 19 marks, 2019 16 marks. Light came for 16 in 2017, 2018 25 marks and 2019 20 marks. Similarly, sound came for 13 in 2017 and 18 in 2018 it came for 11 marks. In 2019 it came for 18 marks. Electricity came for 16 in 17, and in 2018 it came for 20 marks, and in 2019 it came for 21 marks. So coming to heat came for 12 marks in 2017 and 14 marks in 2018 and 18 marks in 2019. Coming to modern physics, which consists of your radioactivity, 22 marks in 2017, 11 marks in 2018 and 7 marks in 2019. So when we see these weightage in different years, topic wise weightage in different years, so it's very we can see that it's very tough to predict, right? It's very tough to predict that how the marks will change and which topic will have how much weightage in 2020 exam. But approximately what we can see is most of the topics here comes for approximately in between 16 to at max 21 मार्क्स. तो हर एक टॉपिक 16 से 21 मार्क्स के बीच में वेटेज रखता है. When it comes to radioactivity, sometimes radioactivity falls to 7 marks, 8 marks, whereas in some years it has been for 20 marks, 22 marks. So my tip for your preparation will be, firstly, target the chapters which are short, which are easy for you, like sound, like modern physics, heat. So they don't have sub chapters. These topics doesn't have many chapters involved with them, right? So they are short chapters. You can easily go through them, you can easily learn them, you can easily go through the numericals and etc. So, and it consists of a good weightage too. So firstly, target the chapters which has good marks, which has good weightage and they are short. Secondly, then go for the ones which are long, and then go through the diagrams and etc. 2019 detailed analysis, last year का paper. So as we can see कि last year के paper में there were 3 types of question which came: subjective, diagram based and numericals. Now in your syllabus there are some topics where you can frame diagram based question, whereas there are other topics जहाँ पे diagram based questions बन ही नहीं सकता generally और आता नहीं है. So first you have to know which diagrams to practice, कहाँ से diagram based question बनेगा and कहाँ से नहीं बनेगा, right? So the very first, force, work, power, energy. So here there is a possibility, this is a very we can say elaborate chapter, where we can have a possibility for subjective question, where we have a possibility for diagram based question and numerical question as well. So यहाँ से तीनों तरीके के क्वेश्चन बन सकते हैं. सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन यूनिट्स पे आ सकते हैं, SI यूनिट्स पे आ सकते हैं, CGS यूनिट्स पे आ सकते हैं, एंड न्यूमेरिकल बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आ सकते, न्यूमेरिकल्स आ सकते हैं. Then regarding force, power, energy, work done, conservation of energy and so on. Then there can be a small question like जहाँ पे आप conservation of energy you have to tell कि किस फॉर्म से किस फॉर्म में energy convert हो रही है. Further there can be a diagram question जो कि basically machine part से आता है. Okay, the questions are from the machines, block and tackle system, pulley, levers, where is the force, where is the effort and so on. So the next one is light. Light has again is a very balanced chapter. It can questions can be framed from it, from each and every aspect. There can be a diagram based question, there can be a subjective direct question, they can, like laws, what are the law of refraction, what is Snell's law and so on. And similarly there can be a diagram based question like refraction through block, refraction through prism, total internal reflection and so on. So again numericals आ सकते हैं. Numericals can come from the lens part, where you have to trace the image provided the object length and the focal length of the lens is given. Okay, so then again coming to sound. Sound is a very crisp chapter, very short chapter and a scoring 1-2. Sound से basically diagram based question कम आता है, and ज़्यादातर जो questions आते हैं वो रेजोनेंस के कॉन्सेप्ट से आते हैं. इट कम्स फ्रॉम it may come from numericals like finding the distance based on eco formula. It can come from basically theory part we can say, and diagram based questions ऐसे नहीं आएंगे. there is one question जो बहुत बार repeat हुआ है, it has been repeated many times, that is your when you have different pendulums of different length aligned together, and one pendulum is made to oscillate, and then you have to guess that which is the next one is going to oscillate. So it is based, this question is based on the concept of resonance, and this is a very important question as per your exam, for your exam 2020. Now again the next chapter will be electricity and magnetism. Electricity and magnetism is, we can say, a balanced chapter, a big chapter, a big topic to cover. So here we may have subjective, diagram based and numerical questions. Numerical questions इससे काफ़ी आ सकते हैं, and diagram based questions में basically इसमें AC generator, DC motor, and then we can have that circuit diagram को solve करना, equivalent resistance, finding out the current and so on, power. So these things may come. So heat is again a very important chapter, just like sound. It is very short and a good amount of marks is based on this chapter. So we can have basically subjective and numerical questions from here. Diagram based questions यहाँ से बहुत कम आते हैं, we can say possibility नहीं है आने की. The main numerical questions which comes from here is based on latent heat. It may be based on the final temperature when two different objects at different temperature are mixed together and so on. Next we have subjective questions. Subjective questions बहुत direct होते हैं, जैसे law of calorimetry. This is a question which has been repeated many times and many times, innumerable times we can say. Then coming to modern physics. Modern physics radioactivity छोटा chapter है, अच्छा chapter है, sweet chapter है we can say, and it consists of basically इसमें we have to focus on first alpha beta gamma rays, what is radioactivity, alpha beta gamma rays, their properties, and we have a diagram there where which shows that how alpha beta and gamma rays deflect under magnetic field and or electric field. So it is an important diagram, and the other one is your equation from this part. So the equation consists that अगर अल्फा डिके होगा, बीटा डिके होगा या गामा डिके होगा, तो what will be the changes in the mass number and atomic number concerned. So you have make sure that you have gone through the equation again and again before sitting for your exam. This is a 100% surety वाला question and that this is going to come. It has been coming from past 3 to 4 years, each year without fail. So this is going to come for sure. So coming to the important parts, important topics which you should go through before going to your exams, and क्या क्या important मतलब कर ही के जाना है, इसको आप छोड़ नहीं सकते. So I'm just reading out the topics. Make sure that you have covered this before sitting for the exam. First, law of conservation of energy, its application, where comes the pendulum wala part. Pendulum is at different positions, and how kinetic energy is converted to potential energy, and how potential energy is converted to kinetic energy, and so on. The second may be machines, levers, types of classes of levers, types of levers, the class 1, class 2, class 3, where the effort is situated, where the fulcrum is situated, where the load is situated. A diagram may come and they may ask you to classify or give example of a particular type of a lever. Okay, then coming to mechanical advantage, velocity ratio, the definition, the pulley system, the mechanical advantage and velocity ratio for different pulley systems, for different alignments. So there can be a question where you are provided with an incomplete diagram of pulley system, and you have to complete the diagram, and then you have to find the mechanical advantage and velocity ratio. Further, from light, there can be Snell's law question based on Snell's law, factors affecting refractive index, diagrams like prisms ka diagram, glass slab ka diagram, reflection through prism, reflection through glass slab. And then there can be conditions for total internal reflection, which is a subjective question technically, and lens diagram, where the image will be found when different, when the object is placed at different length, the distance from the lens, and so on. Then we have electromagnetic spectrum. What are the different wavelengths, what are different types of waves, what are like ultraviolet waves and etc. What are the different wavelengths for that, and what are the uses. If not going through the sources and properties, just make sure you go through the uses and you remember it. So there might be a question on uses of different types of wave, like alpha, like gamma rays, like your X-rays, UV rays, and so on. And further, make sure that you go through what is scattering and the applications of scattering. So a subjective question may be framed from here, that explain such and such phenomenon, like why skies are blue, why clouds are white, why we use red signal, why we use red color for signaling, and so on. Then the next chapter is sound conditions of echo. You have to go through the numericals, well, factors affecting loudness. There can be a indirect question like why there is a sound box which is attached with a guitar to basically increase the surface area so that we can have a better loud sound. So indirect questions may be asked from the factors affecting loudness, pitch, quality of sound, and so on. Focus on the resonance concept and do go through the oscillation bob question. Now for electricity, you have your circuit diagrams which are important. You have Ohm's law for subjective question. You have power, the concept of power, I square RT, I square R, and you have the energy, and so on. So make sure you practice well all the questions on the concept of power, on the concept of energy consumed, on the concept of circuit diagrams. Now one more question which may come is it may come that what are the advantages and disadvantages of connecting different electrical appliances in series and parallel. So this might be a expected one. Again, properties of fuse wire, electromagnet, AC generator, DC generator, the diagram is important, working is important. Solenoid, what is solenoid, how to increase the strength of a solenoid. This is a repeated questions and it has been coming for many years. How to increase or decrease the strength of a solenoid, what is a solenoid, and so on. So laws of calorimetry, latent heat, the numericals based on latent heat and law of calorimetry, radioactivity, lead box diagram, alpha, beta, gamma, decay equation, nuclear fission and fusion along with the equation. Do remember to go through the equation well. So there might be a direct question of nuclear fusion, and write it along with the equation, explain nuclear fusion or fission, whatever. So I hope that this has helped you, and further let's go through the exam steps. So just before going to the exam, make sure that you have learned your units well. So in physics, units are very important. You have to know the SI and CGS units for all the quantities, for all the different variables, for all the entities. Practice the diagram well, especially for light, machines, and practice circuit diagrams based on questions based on circuit diagrams, and power and heat. Before starting to solve any numericals, make sure all the units are in the same level. So this is a trick which you have to follow. Most of the ISC questions, when the numericals are provided, it is seen that some or other quantity is in SI unit and the other quantity is in CGS unit and so on. So before going to solving the numericals, make sure that you convert all the provided information, provided variables in the same unit. If you want to solve it in SI unit, convert all the variables in SI unit. If you want to solve it in CGS, then convert all of them in CGS. Make sure that all the variables are, all the provided information are following the same level of measurement. So the final point is, read the formula sheet before going to the exam. Make sure that you make a formula sheet where you jot down all the important formulas starting from the first chapter till the end, and go through this sheet just before sitting for the exam so that everything is there in your mind. Make sure to revise the formula again and again. They are important for numericals. They are really important for numericals. Okay, so with this, let's end today's session. Let's end today's suggestion, and I hope this has helped you, and will be there. Keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sharing. Thank you.